Hello, my friends, and welcome to another Catalyst conversation for a relationship revolution. Here, we challenge the typical assumptions about relationships, problems, solutions, what it really means to love. And I'm going to offer you simple yet powerful shifts that'll transform your relationship for the better. Now, this month, we're kicking off another round of May myths. If you caught us last year, Cal and I did weekly myth busting in terms of like relationship myths that most people believe that are actually wrong and harming our relationship. Well, this year, I'm bringing it back. And today, I want to start with one of the biggest and I'll say most radical myths that are affecting our relationship that most people believe in, which is this individualism, the idea that you and your partner are separate. Now, if you're having a reaction to this, good. Bear with me because this is a really internalized, like deeply internalized idea that we're all kind of swimming in, but I want to challenge it. And if you hang in there, it's all going to make sense in a bit, okay? And when it does, I promise you it's going to change everything. But first, if you're new to me and my work, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Jenny Wallig. I am an award-winning relationship expert, mentor, speaker, author, and educator. And I'm a disruptor. I'm determined to make this world a better place through more conscious, accountable, and evolved relationships. I work alongside my partner and soulmate, Calvin O'Seely. We are the co-founders of Powerful Love Relationships. God, I can't even say my business name right. Powerful Love Relationships, and the co-creators of the three-pillar Powerful Love Method, which is our proven path to saving, healing, and improving your relationship, even if your partner isn't involved. In these catalyst conversations, and really in all of the work that we do, the goal is not just to teach you how to do relationships better. It is to redefine how your relationship is working and empower you, fellow visionary, to create a powerful relationship that fills your heart and fuels your dreams. So, ready? Let's get into this. We have been told that we are separate individual people, right? We have been sold on this myth that the more independent we are, the better we are. That this every person for themselves, this um, like I do me and you do you, and just, and I just let you be you. And it's, like it's your prerogative, it's not my thing. All of that stuff, right? This is the myth of individualism. It's the idea that strength means self-reliance and needing others is weakness, or that the love and relationships is about two autonomous individuals trying to meet each other's needs without losing themselves in the process. But here's the thing, friends. We are not actually separate, not in the ways that most people think that we are, right? We are not this self-contained being. Our self does not end at the boundaries of our skins. We're not just individuals in relationship, y'all. We are the relationship. When you are in a partnership with someone else, you and that person are more than just the sum of two parts. You are a system. You are an ecosystem. And an ecosystem cannot be understood just by examining the individuals. An ecosystem is understood by understanding the relationships that the parts within the system create and how they affect one another to create that shared system, right? And that's what you and your partner do when you come together in relationship. So in a system, what happens to one part, right, like impacts the whole system. This is why our program works, even if one person is not engaged in the work, right? So we understand this kind of inherently when we recognize that, like, when our partner is stressed, we feel stressed, or when we can stay calm, our kids are more likely to stay calm. That's the interconnectedness. That's the us, right, of the system that you're in, and there's a distinction here between this recognition of our usness, our we-ness, and codependency, because codependency like is changing otherwise reasonable behaviors, like telling your partner the truth, in order to avoid their unreasonable reactions. I got that definition from Terrence Real, who was my most clear and simple definition of codependence I've ever run across. But it's essentially, right, like a way of trying to control or manipulate your partner, so that you don't have to experience the discomfort of whatever reaction you're afraid of happening there, right? That's codependency. That's not what I'm talking about. Here I'm talking about the consciousness, the relational intelligence that recognizes that who you be and how you respond is going to affect your partner and how they respond, and vice versa. That's just biology, right? That's systems theory and system science, and it is very real as well. So let me break this down. There's some important things that I want to share that might help you to understand this better. First of all, our brains sync with one another, my friend. In a process called limbic resonance, our nervous systems literally attune to one another's. And the closer we are, right, the more connected we are, the more intimate we are with someone, the more attached we are to someone, the more that this happens, and the more strongly and quickly that this happens, which means that your mood isn't just yours, it's contagious. And we know this, right? Like, this is not news. Like, you know that if your partner's grumpy, you're going to feel grumpy. Or if, your partner's laughing, you're more likely to smile and feel lighthearted. This is a thing that is, like, literally happening in our nervous systems. We pick up on cues from those around us because we are social creatures. We pick up on cues from those around us about how we should be feeling. Likewise, our the hormones that get released respond to one another. So if your partner is dysregulated and tense, your cortisol levels are going to rise, your stress levels. If your partner, well, let me say it this way. If you are able to stay grounded and loving and calm, your partner's like hormones are more likely to metabolize and soothe, right? Their body responds in kind. And this type of co-regulation has gone on since we were babies, and it doesn't change now that we're adults, right? Self-soothing is, we talk about it a lot in our work, and we really value being able to soothe yourself. The way that we talk about it is that, like, it is our responsibility to to manage our own nervous systems, and it is the loving thing to do in helping to support your partner in managing their nervous system, because the truth is our nervous systems are set up for co-regulation. Like, we are designed to regulate more effectively in the presence of another. The way a mom calms a baby, like, that's how we are set up to calm ourselves. Okay? We are built for connection. What this means is that your well-being and your partner's well-being are intertwined, right? Like, again, not in that toxic, I'm only okay if you're okay kind of way, but in, what Terry Real calls enlightened self-interest. I love this word. So enlightened self-interest is like, it's like being selfish, but being selfish in the way that recognizes that it is in your self-interest, like, to help ensure that your partner is happy and fulfilled and cared about and doing well, right? Because if they're not, you're not. So it's not really an altruistic thing to like take care of and nourish your partner. It's kind of it's kind of a selfish thing, and that's okay. Right? Like it is smart, it is loving, it is self-respecting, it is relationally intelligent to care about how your partner's doing, because when one part of the system thrives, the whole thing does. We need to take care of our partner so that we can care for ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves so we can take care of our partner, right? It goes in all directions. When you start to understand that you are not so separate from your partner, it truly will change everything about how you relate, because now you know that what you put out toward your partner and into the relationship is going to come back and affect you. It's like you explode over here with your partner. I can't really see on my picture, but somewhere over there, right, with your partner. And then find that you're walking on shrapnel, what you might call eggshells, over here with your partner. And most of us think that, like, oh, we have to walk on on eggshells around our partner because our partner A, B, C, D. But the eggshells are actually in part an effect of the explosion that you had. And they don't have to happen on the same day, right? They can happen weeks, months, years apart. Someday, somehow, eventually, your part, your actions, your participation in the relationship is going to come back, and it's going to have consequences. It's cause and effect. It's karma. It's we reap what we sow. It's it's so many teachings, from spiritual masters and relationship experts, right? This understanding that what we do, what we put in to our ecosystem is going to come back and affect us. We see it in our planet. We see it in our oceans. We see it in our air. We see it in our communities. What you give out, you get back. Isn't that like the golden rule too? So it's everywhere, y'all. Which is so interesting, because this myth of individualism is like so deeply rooted in our culture, in like embedded in everything. And yet the like idealized spiritual wisdom is this of relational intelligence, of the movement from me versus you to an understanding of us. So although it's like here and present, and you've probably heard of it before, it's still really quite revolutionary, because it's the opposite of the way most people relate. To give first in order to get, to realize that it is in my own best interest to attend to the needs and well-being of my partner. This idea redefines what it means to love, my friends. It's not just something we do, right? We've hopefully, and if you've tuned into my work, you've moved from like love is something that you feel. Not true. I think that was a May myth from last year, to like love is something that we do. Here we're moving from a recognition that love is not only something that we do as one independent person to or for another, but that love is truthfully a way of being within an ecosystem, consciously stewarding the shared space that we're co-creating. Okay? It makes us ask different questions in our relationships, like not who's right, but what restores connection. You might have heard me talk on a recent catalyst conversation about like the idea of like, who cares? If you want to know who's right or wrong, the answer is who cares? Watch that one. It's a good one if you haven't watched it yet, right? Um, we ask questions like, again, like not how do I win this, but what does our relationship need right now to move forward? And why can't you make my needs, or why can't you meet my needs rather, to how can I show up in a way that supports both of our needs so that my needs are more likely to get met, right? Like, and this is the core question we teach in our transformational program. Like, what next step can I take that is more likely to result in the outcome that I desire, right? And you need to understand this myth of independence, the truth of the us, the we, this shift. You have to go from the shift of me and you to us, in order to make that work. And it changes the freaking game. It really does. It if you get nothing ever else from any of the work that we put out into the world, let it be this one, because it is the foundation of everything that we do in Powerful Love. And the move from, right, like this move from me and you to us and we, like, it is not weakness, it is not codependence, guys, it is relational intelligence. It is love. So here's what I where I want to land, okay? If you're already inside the Relationship Revolution, our brand new membership program, I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a sec. Know that your relationship activation prompt is coming, right? This is your chance to take the truth that we've talked about today and live it, to go from I get it to I'm doing it. So keep an eye out for that. This is where the real magic happens, right? Is in the practice. If you're already inside Devoted, our sister membership program, we are going to dive deep into this idea all month long in both understanding and applying it as we engage with the brilliance and thought leadership of our monthly book. And if you are not in either of these programs, or you've not heard of them, then I want to take a moment to share with you about these programs. So I'm going to bring up my notes so I don't miss anything that I wanted to say. Okay, so the Relationship Revolution is a monthly membership program for people who are committed to growing their relationship consciously and intentionally. We do coaching, we give tools, we give weekly practices. And the idea here is like in these catalyst conversations, to go beyond the norms, the patterns, the typical status quo, and interrupt all that shit that doesn't work to learn something new that does and actually put it into practice. So this is a fantastic membership for people who really want to do like revolutionary work in their relationship and challenge what's been so that they can continue to become better and better, and the relationship can become better and better. Now, right now, we've got founding member prices for the Relationship Revolution membership. You can get in at just $97 a month, and you lock in for as long as you're in the program if you join as a founding member now. Additionally, you will get access to the new class that I'm teaching, Revolutionize, which I'll be teaching live this Saturday if you're watching it live or presently with me. So Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. We're going to be live and doing the Revolutionize program. If you are in the the Relationship Revolution program, you get access to Revolutionize for free. If you want to just join Revolutionize, it's $111 for the program, and you get access to the replay. So, Revolutionize, by the way, this is like the core concepts that you need to know to turn your relationship on its head and truly evolve how your relationship is going and who you be and what you're creating in your relationships, right? So this is like the key ideas behind really revolutionizing your relationship. So I'm really excited about this class. Okay, so Devoted, sister program, I mentioned Devoted. So Devoted is an elevated book club experience. Every month we take a relationship book from some of the foremost thought leaders and relationship experts. And we don't just read it and discuss it. We read it, digest it, apply it, bring critical consciousness to it, question it, and go deeper than most people ever do in a book. So here we also have, community and mentorship and integration exercises so that like if you love to grow who you be and how and learn more about relationships, this is really great too, by the way, for those of us who are coaches, mentors, therapists, and we want to get better at not only our own relationship but helping people with theirs, because we never stop learning, you guys. Devoted is the place to do that. Okay. um, because we do more than just read a book and get new information. We learn what it means for us and the work that we're meant to do in this world and the love that we're meant to create in this world. And so I'm really excited about that one too. Um, you could join Revolutionize for as a founding member for just 111 a month right now, or if you want to join both programs, there's a really special deal. You can be a part of both for $152 a month. So it's the $97 for the relationship revolution, and then you get devoted added on for just 55 extra dollars a month, which is a really sweet deal for a whole lot of support and mentorship and learning and growth that just gets to continue to evolve over time for you, or you and your partner if your partner wants to join as well. So if something in you is feeling like called to your growth and evolution, then you need to be in these programs. I will post the links. I don't have web pages yet because I want these out in the world. So I will post the links to some documents that describe each of these programs. They've got links to sign up. These monthly memberships are not do not require an application like our core transformational program does. So if you want to get in, you just jump right in. We officially started both on May 1st. It's like May 2nd right now. So you're right in on the beginning. You've not missed on anything. It's time to go and time to move and time to create a relationship that truly most other people only dream of. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me and being a part in your own way of revolutionizing how we do relationships. I hope to see you next Friday, 12:30, for another Catalyst conversation.
If this conversation lit something up for you, click here to watch the next one and make sure you subscribe so we can keep growing the relationship revolution.